a fucking guardian angel. Like, you're stranger, get off my face.
Anyway, so he's screaming that I'm a broke bitch and all this stuff, but I pay half the rent here and all this stuff.
Brianna, you're not a victim. Why are you on live?
I guess I'm not a victim of your mental abuse.
Why are you on live?
Of your emotional abuse.
Why are you on live as if you're a victim?
Because at this point I am.
When have you been victimized? I've been by myself.
He has not. He has been literally attacking me for spending time with Nessa. He's literally been attacking me for spending time. Like, I can't have friends. I can't have friends.
Like, I can't even back in my room.
I can't have friends. Literally, I'm being attacked for having friends. He said, "What have you done to make money while she was here?" I was like, nothing really, but I've enjoyed my vacation.
Look at the background,
I enjoyed going out.
Look at the background. She's in my room right now. Listen, I'm trying to vacuum my room. I'm trying to clean my room.
But then when I was in...
She's in my room going live
When
right
I
now.
was in my room...
She's the victim, right? She's in my face.
When he was in my... When I was in my game room, he used a key lock and kept unlocking my door to my game room and saying that it's his house and that I can't have my space.
And how many times have you burnt me? How many times have you burnt my dick? Tell me.
I burnt your
Tell
dick?
me how many times you burnt me.
I burnt your
Tell
dick.
the live how many times you burnt me. Tell
Go ahead.
them.
This is what narcissists do.
Tell them.
Go ahead.
Tell them how many times you burnt me.
Go
You want to
ahead.
expose shit? Tell them how many times
I'm not
you fucking burnt
exposing
my
anything.
dick.
This is what narcissism looks like when they're being put in the spotlight. Then they're going to try to turn everything on the other person who didn't do nothing to them.
Tell them how many times you burnt me, Brianna.
And here we are, Divine thinking this, thinking that.
You want to try everything? Tell them how many times you burnt me. That's one thing I want to talk about. Let's talk about that. You want to talk? Let's talk about that on live. I don't give a fuck. Let's talk.
You won't. We're not going to talk about exposing. I'm lying and cheating? I'm lying and cheating, y'all. Divine said I'm home every single day. Then Nessa comes and I'm going out and having a good time. And now I'm lying and cheating. Now I'm lying and cheating.
So was you texting a nigga and I didn't have to figure out by myself?
Yep, about getting into Disney for free. About getting into Disney for free.
Look, she's on live, not even knowing she's exposing herself.
I'm not exposing myself.
Not even knowing she's exposing herself.
I'll post every text message.
Just save yourself and get out my face.
I'll post every text message.
I'll
post every text message.
I'll post fucking doctor visits, nigga.
I don't care. So you're gonna talk about something that happened when we weren't together, and then happened after we got together, and then Divine did the same thing. Divine was doing it. I don't care. The thing is, I'm truthful and you're not. I haven't done nothing to you. Anything that Divine says I've done to him was before he even met me or when we weren't together. Everything Divine's done to me has been during the relationship. So where does that, like, how does that make sense?
No one was more surprised than I when the good girl raised at the height of purity culture ends up being a twice divorced single mom by age 32. Like you, I'd love to help. I'm an emotion code practitioner and I help women release trauma from their bodies. All starts with a free consult call that you can schedule at the link in my bio. Left Mass with my ex-husband and my baby and I feel super triggered. My name's Jessie. I'm a divorced single mom and emotion code practitioner. Spent the last 18 months healing my emotional trauma. Still have moments like this. Typically, I like to come on here very polished with something really thought-provoking and educational to tell you, but today, I'm just going to keep it real. As I was driving to Target, I was just thinking, like, what am I going to do with these thoughts and feelings? Because I know that the yucky stuff has been activated in seeing my ex today. So I had two choices. I could either sit in those feelings of inadequacy and grief and loss and low self-worth, or I could remind myself that I am human, I'm going to have emotions, and I can acknowledge those emotions and pass them through my body. And for the ones that I'm just not sure of, like, what is this feeling? It's a yucky feeling, but I just don't know what it is. So I can use the emotion code to help me figure out, like, what is this feeling I'm feeling? So let's do that right now. So I'm going to use muscle testing to ask my body, what is this yucky feeling that's sitting inside my heart right now? Is it in column A? No. Is it B? Yes. Is it even? No. Is it an odd row? Yes. Is it B1? No. B3, B31, B32, B33. Let's go see what B33 is. Okay, so looking at the chart, we see that it's bringing up grief. Today I'm being triggered, and grief is what my body is experiencing right now. I'm going to use the Reiki and emotion code release to swipe over the governing meridian A little bit emotional as that left, but I did feel like I could breathe a little bit better. And so that tells me that that energy is moving, and you just have to acknowledge that emotion and let it pass through you to fully process it. During trauma, you don't get to fully process it, and so it gets stopped and it gets stuck in the body. So now that I have an idea of what emotionally is going on, I'm going to work on my thoughts. So I could sit there and be like, wow, Jesse, you really effed up. Like, look at the life that you could have had. Or I can remember that there's a reason that relationship did not work out, and I'm going to leverage the mistakes in my past to optimize the future that I want. And I'm going to knock this day out of the park, and I'm going to go do something that feels good. And right now that's to walk around Target with a coffee. Video is going to be much different than my usual stuff for you. Typically I like to teach from my scars and not my open festering wounds, but this one's a little different because this is something that happens a lot when you choose to heal and when you choose growth and yourself over anything else. And I know that my clients go through this. I see them go through this, and it felt really important for you to know that I go through it too. And that this is why I refuse to let you back down. I refuse to buy your excuses and your stories because I live it too. I'm just a little bit further down the path, and I'm just up here saying, like, come on, keep going. But unfortunately, I'm not immune to it. And what I'm referring to is the bitterness that you can feel in growth. Because there's often a lot of grief, a lot of letting go, and a lot of opportunities for you to choose what you know you need to choose. But now that you're on the path of healing, you are choosing to listen to that voice instead of just ignoring it or rebelling against it. And I have spent the better part of my life rebelling against it and choosing to deny myself in the hopes of feeling worthy and feeling love and feeling safe. And it always backfires on you. So when you're in that time, and maybe you're in it right now, I just wanted to make this so that you know you're not alone, because when I'm going through it like I am right now, I feel so deeply, desperately alone, and I feel like I'm the only person that's going through this, and all the voices start. And I wish that I would scroll across the video like this where it just says, it sucks. It can suck in the moment to choose yourself and to choose growth. But if you're doing it for a reason, and now is not the time to back down from it, even though it feels really tempting to just say, fine, this is enough. Like, look at all the work I've done. I'm good here. Because that's really what I want to do in this moment, is I just want to say, nope, enough is enough. Like, we're good here. Like, look at all that I've done. This should be enough. But deep down, you and I both know that it's not. So if you're in a place of feeling bitter or angry or frustrated that you have to do so much work to heal and to grow, and it just feels like you keep getting knocked down, no matter how much you try, it just keeps getting harder and you're just sick of it, I'm not going to tell you to be strong. I'm not going to tell you that there's an amazing, transformed, amazing version of you on the other side of this, because honestly, I don't want to hear that right now, so you probably don't either.
Point in our lives, 22 years old, I would say probably like 50 was my mom.
Ladies, I want you to know that we generally don't care about body count. Like, sure, some guys do. However, if you're 22 years old and you say your body count's 50, we're going to care. And it's actually not for the reason you think. See, you'd think that we'd have a problem with the fact that you've been fucked by a new dude every month and a half for the last 6 years. But seriously, that's not the problem. The problem is that while you slept with those 50 dudes, none of them wanted to keep you around. And sure, there's going to be a lot of women in the comment section who are like, no, I didn't want them. Then why'd you let them fuck you? You obviously wanted them. See, sex happens because you want it. Relationships happen because we want it. And if you've managed to sleep with 50 dudes by the age of 22 and none of them wanted to stay with you, even though you slept with them, none of them were like, well, that's worth dealing with her personality. That says something about you.
Is it cheating if you let someone buy you things because they like you, but you're in a relationship and you do not disclose with your significant other that a stranger that's interested in you is buying you gifts?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
I'm an
Absolutely
influencer.
not.
People buy me stuff all the time.
What is that, one of them videos? I'm an influencer. I'm an influencer.
Karen tries her First Amendment right in another country and learns a big lesson.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I hate to interrupt. But
no, ain't no recording out here. This private property.
No recording out here. Sir, I'm exercising my First Amendment rights.
You think this America?
This is sir, I'm exercising my rights. What more?
I'm a bigger woman, and this guy tells me, oh, I'm not interested in talking to you because of your size. I was like, it's okay, honey. You obviously don't have the right tools for the job anyway, so I'll just go find somebody with better equipment that can handle it.
I have like this best friend, and we have this rule where like we're not allowed to date anyone without the other one of us them to like make sure they're like worthy of us.
A girl,
yeah. So every guy that I've like dated or wanted to date like has to fuck her, and vice versa.
How early into your talking to this guy does that usually get initiated?
Immediately, because like I'm not gonna waste my time getting to know you if you're just gonna be trash in bed. So I'm definitely a firm believer in like on the first date.
What? Are you gonna steal a bike ever again? I'm asking you a simple question. Are you gonna steal my bike ever again?
No!
You learn your lesson?
Let's play a game. Are you ready? Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light. Green light. Red light.
And so when I think about this situation, it seems like the thing to do is to stop doing bands and to work on getting everything removed. And like I said, no, it's never gonna be fully gone, but maybe it would be easier for him. And maybe then I could feel like I matter and I'm important and I'm not ashamed. I'm not something to be ashamed of, and I can meet his parents.
It's just exponential how alone and how behind you can feel just because you're not married and because you're without kids.
They don't really care about the relationship anymore, and eventually they just find another dream girl and that girl takes your place.
I'm tired of dating in my 40s. I'm tired of men not knowing what they want.
If he was to fuck me, you giving me back shots or you doing missionary?
Neither. Why I can't even remember why I said yeah, but.
What's your craziest confession?
So one time, my best friend and I, we were talking to a guy and his roommate, and we were really bored, and while they were sleeping, we tied them both up, laid them on their stomach, and we both ate their ass.
Isn't that a...
It wasn't they both enjoyed it.
What if the roast was reversed then?
That would be fucked up, I guess. Alright.
You know that would be fucked up.
I'm gonna drop the mic on this.
My 16-year-old son and his probation officer had a fight in the house after I told him I was pregnant for his probation officer. Wait.
This might be a hot take, but I don't believe your 20s or even 30s are for settling down. For centuries, women were sold the idea that finding a soulmate, a perfect partner, or being chosen by a man was the ultimate goal. But let's look at the reality, because the data doesn't really support this fantasy. Consider the relationships between the people you know, your parents, siblings, and friends. How many of their relationships truly inspire you or align with what you envision for yourself? Why do we place such a huge emphasis on finding and maintaining a lifelong partner when we know so many relationships end or leave one or both people unhappy together? Being in love and finding happiness within a partnership is totally an option, but it's not the only option. People will come in and out of our lives for various reasons, so perhaps relationships should be seen as chapters in our life story and not the entire plot. And if you're single or questioning your current relationship status, it might not be a bad thing. Sometimes choosing to let go could save you more pain than clinging to something that isn't helping you grow.
But I cheated on the new guy with the high school boyfriend. I kind of went back and forth between the two guys. And my ex-boyfriend got mad and was like, I'm going to tell him. And I freaked out and I was like, please don't tell him. And I paid him $400 to keep quiet.
So you know for certain that Dreani is your child's father?
Yes. I'm 99.99999% sure.
I'm ready.
Please read it out loud for me.
Braden is not my biological son. Oh my God. Oh my
Can I see?
God.
That cannot be right.
It says that right there.
So, Brandy, Drayani is not the father of your child.
It's
Brandy.
no other possibility.
Well, clearly there is.
Brandy.
That can't be right.
It's
Come
correct.
on, Karamo.
Brandy, what it...
This stuff has kept me up at night, Karamo. I'm being honest. It's kept me up at night. My feelings have hurt. As a man, I've pain in my body.
I gotta tell you, I'm absolutely shocked right now.
Because I'm 100% absolutely an incredible father. And like I said, regardless of how I deal with women sometimes, I try to be a decent man. And I want to be a better man.
There's no other possibility. I don't understand what's going on.
Well, is there anyone that you could have slept with when y'all were together in that 6 before y'all broke up?
I was only with him.
Karamo,
There
once
has to be
again,
one other person.
it brings me, it's full circle. This is a full circle moment for me right now.
This can't be
Read it.
real.
Here you go. Here you go. It's yours.
Hey, what's your biggest ick?
When they're swimming and they kick their feet out of the water.
All right, what's the problem with that?
It's just gross.
I just came from my date, and unfortunately, he got friend zoned. We were talking about things that we would and would not date. He said is that he would date a 22-year-old, and he was 53. That made me uncomfortable. As I'm on my way home, I talked to another friend of mine about it, and what she said was most men will date a 22-year-old, but they just won't admit it. Is she right? Is she telling the truth?
You guys are a couple?
Yeah.
How long?
Like 2 months?
A good 2 months, bro?
Yeah, it's a good 2 months.
Good 2 months?
Yes.
Would you guys mind switching phones for the camera and do a loyalty test? Make sure you're loyal to each other? You with it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Swap them up. You guys use Snapchat?
Yeah, we do.
Let's check Snap. You trust each other?
Yeah.
All right, let's check hers first, bro. Go to the top. Go to the top.
All the girls, bro.
Right here. Start at the
I
top.
trust her.
Who's Jay?
Jay's me.
Who's Leo?
Leo?
Yeah, who's Leo?
Who's Leo?
He's my gay friend.
Open the chat.
Open the chat. Let's
Yeah,
go.
open the chat. Let's see if there's any pictures in there. She sent butt pics. It's your gay friend.
He's bi. I swear to God, he's bi.
Yeah, what do you think of
I'm
that?
being real.
That's a butt pic.
Yeah, it is.
You okay with that? Like,
No.
what do you think?
It's crazy, though.
Are you gonna stay with her?
I don't know.
You'll talk about it later?
Yeah.
Wanna check his phone? Those are all guys there.
All guys.
All guys. Did we ruin your night?
No, because I don't send him anything anymore.
All right. Valid.
Shootings are all perpetrated by men. Why don't we keep guns legal? Just make it illegal for men to own a gun.
Let's try applying that faulty logic to something else. Since the majority of perpetrators of child abuse and neglect happen to be women, does that mean that women shouldn't be allowed to raise children?
2024, and this is what happens when you stop paying bills for a girl. I just got off work, I come to my car, and this is what I find. Then she left a note on the back of my car. Look at this. Since you won't pay my bills, pay for your window. Period. So this a little bit of the backstory. This what happened, you feel me? She hit me up yesterday, right? And she was like, oh, I need you to pay my phone bill. I need you to pay my rent. I need you to pay all this stuff. I told her I ain't paying your bills no more. Find somebody else to do it. And the reason why I cut her off and stopped telling her I'm gonna pay her bills is because every time I text her phone and I call her phone, she always treating me like I'm an option. She don't never respond to my calls. She don't never text me back in a reasonable amount of time. So I say, man, it's 2024. We ain't doing that this year. You ain't gonna be treating me like I'm no second option. Then when you need your bills paid, all of a sudden your phone working, you can hit me up. If you ain't got that energy to hit me up no other time, don't hit me up when your bills did. So I told her I wasn't gonna pay no more of her bills to do nothing for her. You feel?
Once I found out that he cheated on me, I went with him to his mom's house. She was doing dinner. She was being fake too because she knew that he was cheating. So I went there with a nice full stomach just ready, and I went number 2 and I smeared it all on the toilet seat.
She blew cocaine up my ass, and I have a video of it if you want me to show it to you. She blew cocaine up my butt. It felt good. And then she licked it out of my ass. She licked my butt.
It was me and 3 black dudes in the army serving my country.
People ask me all the time what's been my biggest emotional challenge since getting divorced. And I have to say that it's come to the realization of how replaceable I was in my marriage.
I just started dating again. Feeling like maybe I should crawl back in that hole. Put that wall back up. Protect yourself.
I'm really upset because literally this man just brought me on a date and he's not paying for anything. Sir, you're gonna have to call the police. Sir,
Oh my God, they about to call the police on me right now. You was supposed to be paying for this, and you're mad because I'm not what?
You're not sucking no dick.
What do you mean? This is a date, sir. No.
I'm not paying for nothing if you ain't sucking no dick.
Okay, I can give you my ID and I can come back tomorrow and pay for everything. I don't know what this nigga. I'm sorry.
You have a policy here.
Okay, he rung me on a thing. Okay, put your hand down. Put your hand down. Put your hand down.
Well, listen.
Put your hands down.
You
quit talking to me.
No.
Quit talking to me because
you need to make every inch disappear, or this bill is not gonna disappear.
You fucking dumb? Do you think because you a rapper? I gotta be sucking on your dick. You got me fucked up, and I'm taking this to court. All I had was motherfucking time.
Take it. Tell Judge Judy I ain't paying shit if she ain't sucking dick.
Everybody is in my comments telling me, why don't you ever say anything about men? I am a woman. What do I look like correcting a man on how to be a man? I'm a woman. I don't correct men on how to be men. That's a man's job. And if I as a woman need to tell you how to be a man, that's a problem. I know what I like in my man, but I can't correct no man on his behavior. I just don't.